How did we get to this point, Brian?
Oof, Dan, I'm still processing it, but I think this season there was such high expectations for the Jets with Aaron Rodgers coming back, lots of Super Bowl talk, and they looked bad the last 2 weeks. It was a 1 point loss to Denver, and if Greg Zuerlein makes a 50-yard field goal, maybe things are different. But they didn't. They had 15 penalties in that game, 13 that were accepted, five false starts. And there's a clamoring. There was the fans were starting to get restless, and I think Woody Johnson listens to the fans. I think he spends a lot of time on Twitter, and he has people in his family that do. And I think this Sunday. I also think, Dan, you can't overlook the game being in London on Sunday. He was the ambassador to the United Kingdom. He's got a lot of friends over there.
Hmm.
I'm sure he was embarrassed with the way they played, and that probably played a factor in this as well.
So you're surprised?
I'm surprised. Yeah, I've been asked after last week. I was asked a bunch of times by people on different shows and stuff, and I thought they have a stretch here where they have three standalone games in a row. They were on the NFL Network Sunday morning. They play Monday Night Football this week against the Bills, and then they play Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh. So that's three games where you have a national audience. I said to people, if they lose those three games, then I think he's in trouble because it's all the morning shows are talking about him. Everyone's talking about it. Then I think something could happen. But then the Jets haven't changed coaches midseason since 1976 when Lou Holtz quit. So this is not like, and they've had, Rich Kotite was the coach. They went 1-15. Adam Gase was the coach. They were 0-13 to start that season. Todd Bowles last season, there was calls for them to fire him midseason. Everyone knew he was gone, and it hasn't happened. So this is surprising because the Jets this is not the way they've operated in a long, long time.
I wondered if you fire Robert Saleh, if you're still going to try to get Devontae Adams. Like, I don't know if those two are connected or not, Brian.
Yeah, I don't see a connection there. Devontae doesn't know Saleh. I mean, Devontae's tie to the Jets is obvious with the quarterback. So that's the tie, and I don't think this changes anything in terms of Devontae Adams. I don't think that's related, Dan. I think this is just purely about what Woody Johnson's seen the last couple of weeks on the field.
Well, I didn't know if they would not fire him. They'd give him the benefit of the doubt if they were going to bring in Devontae Adams. So,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that. I think the Devontae Adams thing is more Joe Douglas negotiating that right now. This is Woody Johnson deciding to move on from Saleh.
man, this is crazy. But we shouldn't be surprised, but we are surprised. Why is that? It's the Jets.
Well, I mean, Dan, if you had me on 9 days ago, right? They beat the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. They looked good, right? Rodgers was Rodgers. He was controlling it. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're going to the Super Bowl. Here they go. They hit their stride. They figured it out." I mean, Dan, we were asking questions that week before the Broncos game of, do you guys have to handle prosperity well here? Like, do you guys not have to get big heads? Like, we were literally asking these questions in the locker room 2 weeks ago, and now he's fired. Like, this league the NFL is insane with just how week to week it is. And, obviously there was a case to be made that Salah should have been fired last year.
Yeah.
Right. But he got a mulligan because Aaron Rodgers missed the whole season and they brought him back. But you could tell talking to Woody Johnson, we talked to him at NFL Honors before the Super Bowl. He was basically saying, like, this is it. Like, this is your last chance. And so I think he entered on shaky ground, and then things just got shakier the last 2 weeks here.